Thanks for... Welcome to the Right On Sports Show. There are many sports shows out there, but this one is Right On. Four guys giving each other hell about sports and their sometimes questionable choice of teams. Featuring the head of the table, Kyle Wright, the king of shit takes, Marcus Weisner, the show's resident asshole, Nick Gurley, and finally, doing all the dirty work, the show bitch himself, Drew Gorman. How these guys all get along, we may never know. But let's try to find out. Let's get started.
Woo! O'er the land of the free and the home of the brave.
Yes, I love it.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Woo!
Today is a glorious, glorious day.
Oh, I bet you guys are happy.
Very.
I can't imagine there's anybody on this show that's upset.
The one thing that I love is that, like, because I watch a lot of UFC fighting, and the one thing I absolutely love is when they go up and the reporter goes up to the losing fighter and interviews them and asks how that feels. Like
Shitty.
Yeah, not great. I mean,
How's it supposed to feel? What do you mean?
It's my favorite thing ever. Like, is this what they teach you in college? I mean, it's just stupid.
Oh, my God. Well, welcome, everybody, to the Right On Sports Show midweek Wednesday night special. I can lie to you guys and kind of finagle you around, but you're already here, so I'll tell you the truth. Two of us are going to be missing Sunday. That'll be Nick and Drew, and we didn't want to run the show with a skeleton crew again. And a lot has happened this week, so we kind of put our heads together, and we were like, let's go live on Wednesday night like the good old days and talk about some sports because it's been a wild week. Obviously, we're going to kick this thing off a little World Series baseball. We're going to talk about them Atlanta Braves. We're going to talk a little bit about the Houston Astros as well, just talk about the future for the Astros. Going to talk about Von Miller being traded to the future Super Bowl champion LA Rams.
Whoa.
Wow. And, of course, we're going to talk about just the disgusting college football playoff rankings that came out on Tuesday night.
I don't even understand how that happened.
Let's start first. Marcus, you're on the same boat as me, except I think obviously I trolled a lot during all this, but I was rooting for the Braves the whole time. But Marcus, you were able to actually watch the World Series. I was not actually able to watch it at all. What were your thoughts as a non-fan of either team?
Well, as I pointed out multiple times throughout the World Series, as a recently brand new Braves fan, by the way, thank you, Nick, for the code. Using the code. What is it? The program TBS, or is it going to be on now? Using code Bandwagon.
Yeah.
Will get you a discount for the next season when you watch the Braves.
Exactly.
So that's a great thing. Thank you for sending me that.
Not a problem at all. I figured after the heartbreak of last year, you needed something to like cheer you up a little bit. So I had to send you and watch a winning team.
So as a brand new fan of the Braves for a solid 10 days now, I can say as a brand new fan, I am ecstatic that my team won the World Series and nobody can beat the Braves. Suck it, Astros. But no, the great thing about I watched it, and I'm gonna be honest with you. Before, I was in my mind. There's a couple Braves fans down here. I was telling them, I said, if you guys don't win this in Atlanta, I had a terrible feeling that Houston was going to win it at home. Just something about when you're down 3-2 and you got Game 6 and Game 7 on your home turf. It's the vibe is a little off. But I gotta tell you, man, Atlanta played very, very well. Game 6, very well. They hit the ball. They did what they needed to do on pitching and defense. Probably the best ball that you've seen at home run was Soler. Has that thing even came down yet?
Dude, what a shot. But me and Kyle were just talking about this and at lunch because I went over there to Angelina's and met Kyle. And we were just talking about it. And
Thanks, Daddy.
His didn't even go. It wasn't even the longest home run. It only went 440 feet. I say that as if that's nothing.
Right.
It was just an absolute moonshot. I mean, the fact that he turned around and looked at the dugout and started pounding on his chest, I think at that very moment, I don't think anybody could have whooped his ass. Like I think he had so much adrenaline running. Nobody. And
That's
plus,
testosterone, my friend.
yeah, and plus that man is absolutely massive anyway.
Yeah.
So I mean, but that was what was that?
Do you think that they got the MVP award right? I mean, I know a lot of people played very well in Atlanta, but do you think that that was the right candidate? Yeah. Do you think he was the right candidate, or do you think? I mean, Freddie Freeman played pretty good. I was actually kind of surprised that Rosario did not play good at all. I mean, he had zero home runs, 0 RBIs. I think his batting average was like 210.
This is what
it was awful.
This is what I was telling some. Nick's not guilty of this, but I was talking to some other Braves fans that were like, "We need to give a Rosario an extension." I'm like, "Pump the brakes. One good series. Let's not give ourselves a Randy Rosarina contract situation here."
If we have anybody to re-sign, because one, Adam Duvall and Jock Peterson both have mutual options. So, and I have a feeling we're gonna re-sign both of them. We're gonna do that mutual option. I don't think they're for very expensive either way, so it doesn't really matter. But if we're gonna go out and sign anyone, we have no idea what's going to happen with Marcell Ozuna. Go ahead and pick up Jorge Soler. Why not? Eddie Rosario had a great series on the NLCS and did nothing in the World Series. Eddie Rosario was also a big time player just a couple of years ago. He's going to ask for a lot of money. And right now, our team is run off home runs. Might as well go ahead and put somebody in the lineup to play DH that can hit 45, 50 of them every year.
Now, we joked about this, like severely joked about this, and I did it basically to get under your skin and see if you would respond at an 8 a.m. conversation. But this is like a no kidding, like Braves won. We're in the off season now. If a team comes out and gives you guys a fantastic offer for Ronald Acuna, is that something Atlanta you think would consider, because you guys won without him?
So okay, but
you won without him.
Why? Who cares? What does it do? Like,
I mean, honestly, because there are teams out there, there are players that are of the magnitude that are that great, where if they come back in,
who do you get though? What exactly could any other team out there offer the Atlanta Braves? Okay, but who though? So right now, pitching is the most expensive thing. So for somebody like Ronald Acuna, who's probably a top 3 player, at least hitting wise, a top 3 player every year. He's 22 years old, 23 years old, something like that, and he just signed a long-term extension, for his talents next to nothing. Why would you do it? I mean, it would legitimately take the number 1 pitcher with at least 5 or 6 years left on his contract to be a bona fide ace.
Yeah.
It would have had to been Max Scherzer coming out of Detroit.
Yeah, it wasn't like something. It was just throwing a question out there because, like I said, they won without him, and for some reason, some teams, when they get like their big time player back, the whole the dynamic is like, okay, well, Acuna's back, so we'll rely on Acuna to go do what he did before.
You don't want to use the word fluke, all right? So keep in mind that I'm not saying this World Series was a fluke without Ronald Acuna. I mean, because they beat everybody. They beat everybody put in front of them some really good teams. However, I can't imagine if I'm a Braves fan that I'm looking at that and going, our team is better off without our best player. Like there's absolutely no way. Like you have to have that understanding in your head. Like, okay, it worked out. That's cool. It's not going to work out again without him. I'm saying like it would. Like it's probably something that would never happen again without your best player.
Sure.
You're talking.
Name a team.
Right. I mean, you're talking like the Dodgers. Let's just say Mookie Betts goes down. Obviously, their payroll is much higher.
I was about to say the Dodgers are probably.
Well, let's go to a real sport where salary caps matter. Let's go like the Chiefs get in the playoffs. Patrick Mahomes goes down, their best player. Like it's not gonna happen.
Yeah. No, it was more of because like I said, we BS'd about it a lot just because we would like to get Nick just riled up. You know what I mean? Like I was like, okay, how can we get Nick to respond at 8:35 in the morning? Oh,
I already have high blood pressure. And
Marcus
all y'all do is
like
y'all have ruined me.
Marcus and I have
hey, Acuna sucks. You guys are gonna win the World Series without him, and you're gonna trade him. And he's like, oh, that's not gonna happen. And now here we are. It's already happened. So it was like, okay, could like as a percentage, 5% probably is a chance. But like I said, it had to be an offer that would be so in favor of Atlanta that I mean, you had to be like, I mean, we can't say no to this.
You would have to,
but
I don't
you
even
guys probably
know.
won't.
I mean, honestly, it would have to be. It would have to be the entire Tampa Bay Rays developmental coaches, because you guys developed guys like nobody I've ever seen. So it would have to be the entire developmental staff in Tampa.
You can get
For
their
us to
whole
even think about it.
You can get their whole team for Acuna's projected salary.
Yeah. It still have $2 million left.
Yeah, but I don't want Kiermaier. Y'all can keep Kiermaier, and we'll take it. We'll take
everybody else.
Yeah, well, we're keeping Rosarita. You
can have him. He's only worth a little bit during the playoffs, and that's it.
All right. Well, he's been quiet, guys, and I know that there's a lot noodling through that little dome piece over there. So let's hear it from you.
Well,
because we haven't yet.
I mean, Astros just got shut down. That pitch.
Speaking of shutdown, let's talk about. I'm just kidding.
I mean,
I thought he was serious. I was about to mute him.
I did too.
Looking at the stats, like the Astros in the series batted .224 batting average, and a .298 on base percentage, and only hit 2 home runs in the World Series, while Atlanta
we did that
hit
in one
11.
game. Yeah, I was about to say.
It's like
That's not going to beat anybody.
Nope.
Not going to beat anybody. Exactly. So, I mean, we were playing great going up to it.
I knew that was going to happen.
Yeah, it's cold.
We
got
were
cold.
playing great going into the series. I felt good about our chances. And then it just seemed like Jock Peterson said, y'all are just those dudes. Those motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like,
oh my God.
so, I mean,
We just lost a viewer just because of that.
We did. We lost a viewer.
I did something.
You got dirty mouth and a dirty
So-
search
That's
history.
my bad. I accidentally clicked the window off. Okay, continue.
So like I had said before, I'm not too heartbroken about the Astros losing. As much as I am an Astros fan, it was good to see the Braves win.
And Drew did tell me that the Braves are his second team as well. He grew up in Tennessee, for God's sake. So,
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
Yeah. So
Okay,
I've got,
well, so this didn't really affect him at all.
I mean,
I
he said he was a Houston fan, and he's
Yeah.
obviously a diehard Houston fan.
I would say
but
it affected
the Braves. This is just like Kyle. The
Yeah.
Braves are his second team, and that's also because he's from here. Like
Yeah.
you end up like me. If Tampa Bay Rays win it, cool. I mean, I don't really care.
Not cool because there's nobody that I want to see their team win more or less than Marcus.
Yeah, 100%. 100%.
I really.
The year
No,
that the
I like
Dallas
you.
Cowboys win the Super Bowl
We're
is going to be the
canceling.
year that I'm canceling this show, and I will no longer be on it.
We're done.
Unless
are
we
done.
get rid of Marcus. I mean, that's the only way it happens.
Yeah. Yep.
Oh man.
Oh, and it would probably.
I will
happen,
personally
Marcus.
fly up there for that episode, and yeah, it's going to get crazy.
I'll be out sick that day.
Yeah. Oh, I'm already kind of feeling it, man. Well, listen, I mean, I don't want to. I know we have a couple more things to talk about, and I don't want to cut this short, but I also don't want to run too long on it. But congratulations, we bought us a pennant to put right here behind Nick today. It's going to be coming in the mail soon.
Sweet.
Once the other 10 million new Braves fans get theirs, I'm imagining we're probably number 11 million in the queue.
I mean, it is. There are a lot, but this happens every year.
Yeah,
Every
yeah.
time sports comes around, it happens. I mean, I just, but especially here.
Well,
You're
yeah,
gonna
we're
have a
close.
lot because I mean I'd imagine a lot of people used to watch the Braves. Just like today, shout out Jake McGowan put on there saying that he used to subscribe to MLB.TV and watch when they used to have like the roster of like Julio Teheran and all them.
Yeah.
That's his little bobblehead right here. But like all these people that didn't do anything, and somebody put on there Johnny Gomes is a World Series champion. Who
Oh my
cares?
God.
Yeah. But I've been subscribed to that for 11 years now. But people used to watch them a long time ago in the 90s and everything. So now all of a sudden they're good, and now they want to be fans again.
Yep,
So
yep.
So
I've been a fan of them since Rafael Furcal.
Rafael Furcal was my favorite player growing up.
I love that guy.
So we got Bo
Yeah, that dude
Green.
was
He's
amazing.
saying, I believe they re-signed all of the guys that you guys were talking about a minute ago. And he also says Acuna, Duvall, and Peterson in the outfield. So Lair off the bench to help is going to be nasty.
Go ahead, Drew.
I kind of have a question for Nick. Like, with that set of 4, y'all are more set up. Even if whenever you get Acuna back, you guys are more set up to be an AL team with the DH. If they're going to do the universal DH, that is a stacked ass team in the NL.
I can say that with everything that it looks like, they are going to approve the universal DH. And as long as they do that, it is very I think they could re-sign all of them. Now, I do believe that Jock Peterson and Adam Duvall aren't going anywhere. They have mutual options for next year, like I said. They're not going anywhere. Can they get Jorge Soler? I don't know, because he does hit 40 home runs a year.
Yeah.
That was not him hitting home runs like that was not like off the that's what he does.
Just his strikeout rate is so stupid, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, but right now, that's exactly how the
baseball.
Braves are. But the Braves have really went away from like Tampa. Tampa's all analytical. The Braves are like, look, we're hitting home runs over striking out.
Yep.
I mean, trying to hit home runs.
Yep.
Period.
Well,
Just like Jose Altuve swinging. That dude swings with everything he has.
Oh, yeah. He's 5'6". What do you want from him?
I'm just saying, he still hits the ball hard.
But back to my point, it was like you guys are more of an AL roster as power-wise.
Oh, yeah.
Like, you have so many players. Like, the outfield, don't get me wrong, your guys can go out and get the ball, but you don't have any, like, total speedsters that are going to get out there and go after it.
Well, Ronald
Like
Acuna is fast, but I mean,
but
I do wonder though, like, because we have Christian Pache sitting in the
exactly.
in the minors, so signing them for the next couple of years could give him a little bit more time to come off the bench and warm up into the majors, because his hitting tool is terrible right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, and he's the best defensive outfielder in all of baseball, and he's not even in the majors, but he's great in the defense. But let's move on.
Tell you a guy that you were mentioning about fast outfielders that could potentially be available next year is the hometown man himself, Roman Quinn.
Oh, I thought he was going to say Terrence Gore.
I don't think the Phillies are going to re-sign him.
Another one.
So, and I think last time I checked when healthy, he was either the number 1 or number 2 guy that was the fastest in baseball. And
Terrence Gore is
got
the number
wheels.
1, I believe. He was on the Braves roster, and he just
really?
Yeah, Terrence. I think Terrence.
Yeah.
Well, who's the guy that used to play for the Reds? Is he even in the league anymore?
Billy Hamilton.
Yeah. Does he play?
He was with the White Sox for a little bit this year, but he's pretty garbage.
Yeah. I mean, he's just fast. That's it.
He's just really fast. Like, he could have – honestly, that's somebody that if they could hit even half a worth a damn, probably could have gotten close to Ricky Henderson at some point because he was that fast. But he just
fast, yeah.
I mean, it's going to be hard to do that when you hit like 211.
Right.
yeah, that's fair.
All right. So enough of the snooze fest. Let's get to the thing that just grinds Kyle's gears.
Yeah, we're going to save the Von Miller stuff for last because this all right. I know we actually have quite a few viewers right now, so I'd like to hear some stuff out there from the Peanut Gallery.
Hey, everybody who's watching right now, if you have a chance, put in the comments 1 to 4. Who's your top 4 right now?
Yeah, there you go. I like that.
Do your top 4 in the comments.
Give me your top 4 in the comments. I want to hear everybody's top 4, and also maybe hit the share button after you do that. Get this out to your friends. I know some people. We've actually gotten a couple shares already, and I appreciate the love.
Catch us
no doubt.
Catch us on YouTube as well.
Yeah, we are live on
Yeah.
YouTube. If you got family friends that don't use Facebook, send it there. Everybody uses YouTube. If they don't, they're a psychopath. And I'm sure you guys noticed behind us, we've got all kinds of different stuff going on. We've got the Right On Network YouTube channel. We've got all kinds of different stuff.
This is
that
our
goes up
show,
on there.
Nerd Culture, here that they're doing. I know it's in this studio. It's not supposed to be, Kyle, but it just ended just like that. But
It's not
there's
my
some other
fault. stuff
stuff going on in the background here that y'all should check out.
Yeah, if you want to donate and help us buy another board, we can get to our Nerd Culture studio, guys.
At
We
my
don't.
house.
I don't have a Patreon, but I got Venmo. No, for real. Show us some love, guys. Do whatever you can. Comment your top 4. Let's hear those. Because I can tell you that mine is not the same as the college football playoff top 4. And I don't know how you guys feel, but
I think all of ours, when we did it before they released, was not even close.
No.
Not even close.
Did we do that online on air?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
Sunday.
That's what I thought.
I'm just trying to figure out. I'm trying to question how you punish a team who's remained undefeated and take them out of the top 4 in Cincinnati? How do they get punished?
Because college football and ESPN's got their hands way too much in this pot, by the way. I really can't
100%.
I really can't stand that idea. I can't stand that concept. ESPN has their hands way too deep in the pot. Because they do not respect these programs. And they have Alabama number 2, which, okay, listen, if we're talking about best teams in the country, Nick and I have talked about this. Alabama is more than likely one of the better teams in the country. However, for years they have scoped this model of the top 4 on quality wins, quality losses, and strength of schedule.
But
the whole purpose. Go ahead, Nick. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
The one thing I don't understand is it when they lost or won? Is it where they are currently ranked? Or is it where they were ranked when they lost or won? That's the one thing I've never really understood.
From what I've understood, it's where they are ranked at the time because of injuries, because of other things, breakouts, and all that good stuff, positive and negatively. So Alabama lost to an undefeated Texas A&M team at the time, who is now ranked number 14, which, by the way, that is extremely overrated. That's a different conversation because Texas A&M is really not that good.
Okay.
Alabama's number 2, and here's your controversial comment of the day. Cincinnati's win at Notre Dame is better than any win Alabama has.
Oh boy,
yeah,
100%.
I'd agree with that.
100%. Cincinnati's win at South Bend, Indiana. At South Bend, you know how many teams go in there and win? Not very many.
It was at night too.
Not very many.
Alabama won't have a quality win until the SEC championship game
Against
where
Georgia.
they see Georgia.
Yep.
And then this is what's gonna happen. I've told you guys this is what they're gonna do. They've got them 1-2 right now. Why do you think that is? Because Alabama beats Georgia, and then what happens? They switch.
Yep.
And then they don't see each other again until the national championship game. It's bullshit, man.
Well, I also saw too. I didn't realize how high Auburn was. Auburn's ranked 13th.
Bullshit as well.
Yeah.
I was like, because I was looking, I was like, wait a minute. I was like, I don't even remember Auburn being in the top 15.
Don't they have 2
I don't
losses
remember that.
already?
Auburn's got 2 losses, and they should have 3 because they really struggled against, was it like Middle Tennessee State or something like that?
Something like that.
Yeah, I'll pull them up
Yeah.
real quick. But we've got some comments on here. Jordan Ostrovsky is saying UGA, Cincy, Michigan State, Oregon.
Jordan, by the way, is a Georgia fan, but I really like his takes on my Facebook all the time. Like, I've known Jordan for a while, and he hops on there. He's not an SEC nut hugger like a lot of these other guys are.
Yeah. You know, it's funny just to spin off of that. That was one of the questions Marcus asked me when I first came on this podcast.
Really?
Yeah, when it was a podcast. He was like, "So, you're a Florida fan?" I was like, "Yeah." He was like, "Do you like the SEC?" I was like, "I hope every last one of those colleges burn to the ground."
And that's why we picked you.
Oh, I love that. Oh, keep going though. Shout out to Jordan.
It was Georgia State.
Oh, okay, yeah. Somehow worse. I didn't even know there was a Georgia State until that game.
Really?
Didn't know they had a football program. I mean, I'm sure.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And then Bo is saying Georgia, Cincinnati, Oregon, then Michigan State, just flipping 3 and 4 from Jordan. And Zach Lesnar is saying Alabama would destroy Cincinnati. Cincinnati would go 8 and 4 with an SEC schedule.
Would Alabama destroy Cincinnati?
I think
So
right
here's
now. Go ahead.
Here's
Mark.
my take on that. The thing is even though Alabama potentially or hypothetically could, the whole reason the college football playoff format was created was to give the smaller guys potentially an opportunity. You know, the guys like all those years ago, TCU, Boise State.
No offense,
That
but I
was-
think that's just
those
what they said. I don't believe.
Yeah,
that
but
was
those
ever gonna
programs.
happen.
That's why I said
Yeah,
supposedly.
those programs with a what if, the hypothetical, everybody's like, we need these guys. You know, they wanted that smoke, and they're like, no, we're not giving it to you. So they've created this 14 playoff, and you know what it's done? It's been the same circle every single year. And now this year,
Go ahead.
Alabama's they lost to an unranked team, and they're like, okay, well, what are we gonna do with this? And now they put them back to 2.
Yeah, we got to switch that from the.
Yeah, I can't.
Got ourselves playing in the background. So I love the hypocrisy on that situation because it's do you think Cincinnati could beat Alabama? When Cincinnati went toe-to-toe with Georgia last year, and everyone's saying like, oh, Georgia rested their starters. Georgia didn't have any of their players. Georgia got better. Georgia got better from last year. So they played the guys that are playing now in that bowl game and went toe-to-toe with them. They lost, Well, they went toe-to-toe with them.
Yep.
Obviously, they had a whole offseason to get better, but so did Cincinnati. Yes. Yeah, I think they could beat Alabama. I'm not saying they would, but I think they can. And I think they deserve the chance to fucking prove that they can.
Yeah.
And we're not going to know because what's going to happen? They're going to get the bowl game. They're going to be the 6th seed. They're going to end up playing Alabama perhaps because Alabama probably will lose. They'll end up playing Auburn or Alabama, and then all their starters will rest, and here we go. I'm supposed to believe that just because Cincinnati puts up a good game against Alabama, well, Alabama rested their starters, and they had their other 5-star recruits on the field.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here. I hate that. I hate that excuse. I'm not with it, guys. I'm not get it.
No, I
not with
completely agree with you. It's the again, I'm a rinse and repeat on this. The whole purpose, as I said beginning, was to allow teams that weren't might have missed a chance at the second spot and the BCS, and now 3 and 4. Now you got a program here in Cincinnati they're undefeated. I mean, that would be like, let's say Michigan State. Obviously, they're at 3, but who would have been like, okay, well, Ohio State or Oklahoma, they might knock them or they might jump them. That's like, well, but why? If I was saying if they did that, but why do they deserve that?
So
I mean, I don't even know about Oregon being 4.
yeah,
Oh, that's all. We're gonna get there in a sec.
That's another point for another day. Well,
No,
later
today.
Later today. But we've got Zach.
Another minute.
Zach is giving his top 4. He says Georgia, Ohio State, Alabama, Michigan State,
You can't put Ohio State over Oregon.
and then he also
I agree.
points out, didn't Cincinnati almost lose to 1-7 Navy? The final score of that game was 27-20 at Navy.
Okay,
And
so they
Paul Myers
almost
also said Cincinnati's schedule is trash.
Okay, so
Yes,
they almost
is.
slipped up against the triple option team. Which, okay, I get it. That's a bad game. They almost slipped up, but they didn't slip up. Alabama slipped up and
So-
gave up 50 points to Texas
so-
A&M.
Paul Myers brings up a good point.
What you got?
Who do they beat in the top 10? Cincinnati, that is. And
They already
they're
beat
against
Notre Dame
somebody.
when they were ranked in the top 10.
I was going to say they beat Notre Dame when they were ranked
Yeah.
top 10, and they're
Okay.
still Notre Dame's only loss.
No, I'm just
So-
I'm not
so I'm
saying
gonna-
because I
No,
still have
no.
Cincinnati as number
Yeah.
2.
No, I'm not
gonna
attacking
name-
you over
right,
that.
right.
I'm going to name off some teams. You tell me whether they win. Number
Okay.
1, Georgia.
No,
Number
No.
2, Alabama.
I don't think so. No.
Number 3,
Good.
Michigan State.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
4, Oregon.
No.
Yes.
I'll say
I don't-
yes.
5, Ohio State.
No.
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 They're 6, 7, Michigan.
Yes.
Yes. Good
Yes.
God. I think everybody that you just named would have beat Michigan.
By a lot, too. By at
Yeah.
least 2 scores.
8, Oklahoma.
Yes.
9,
Yes.
Wake Forest.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. I think to
And
me
they already beat Notre Dame.
and I know
Who was the top 10? So this guy just said, I don't see them beating anybody in the top 10, and they've already beat Notre Dame, who's ranked number 10. Come on, man. Don't come to our comment section unless you got some
Wake
research
Forest.
done.
Wake Forest is 8 is kind of crazy though. I mean, not gonna lie. Wake Forest though.
Undefeated conference champion,
Undefeated.
perhaps.
But
Yeah, man. Hey,
But
ACC
the
might
ACC
have a
but the
they might have a
ACC
team in the college football playoff.
But the ACC sucks,
hey,
man.
but for real though,
I'm just kidding, Paul Myers. I
Jordan-
don't know who you are, but
Jordan, he's a cool dude.
you're going to have to get used to that if you're going to watch our show.
Jordan also said that Bama almost lost to 4-4 Florida. That was the 3rd game of the season. It
Right.
was a little different. You had a different Florida team. Florida under Dan Mullen. And I'm going to answer your question that you posted on Facebook. Florida under Dan Mullen does very well when they are undefeated. Once they get one defeat, Florida is the shittiest team.
There it is.
I think my take was pretty good.
And that's not a shit take. I hit the wrong brown
Yeah.
poo-poo button.
your take was on point.
Dan Mullen cannot recruit, and his Florida standard is absolute horse shit. His Florida standard is absolute garbage. The Gator standard, all this other bullshit. As soon as they get one loss, they all give up. Every last one of them. You could see it on their faces. You could see all the SEC. Florida almost beating Alabama. I mean, it didn't really mean anything. Honestly, I don't think it really meant anything.
Here's a
It
question.
would have if Florida would have beat Bama, we'd be having a whole different conversation because if they would have been at number 2 with 2 losses, Kyle would have been way different.
They wouldn't have been number 2.
No.
They wouldn't have been number 2.
I don't think
Oh,
this
yeah, they've been
would've
number 4.
Too low.
They'd have been number 8, somewhere in
I
that
don't know,
area.
Maybe not that low. I just don't. I think that ESPN obviously has their hands way too deep in the pot.
Yeah.
I think we've all established that already. They're way too involved, and they've got their big contract with the SEC getting ready to go, and it's just it's too damn obvious, man. I know you're about to read a comment, and then I got a question. Oh my God, hiccups! There they are. Diego's
is getting us.
Whew, go ahead.
I think Zach puts it perfect. I think we can all agree on this. The college football system is completely broken.
Yes,
100%.
and has been for a very long time.
And he's also saying
Like the
The year
Go ahead.
Alabama got into the national championship game when it was just two teams, and it should have been LSU, Oklahoma State. It's
Mhm.
been broken ever since.
Weren't they both undefeated at the time?
Alabama had one loss, and it was to LSU, and they didn't even win their conference. Oklahoma
Oh,
State.
Yeah.
right. That's
Oklahoma
right.
State was. I think they had one
LSU
loss
was
as well.
undefeated, right?
LSU was undefeated because they
Yeah.
beat Alabama already.
Right.
And that was the same year in that championship game where LSU didn't get past the 50-yard line.
It was boring.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I want to cry after that. But Dan Mullen, Zach Lesnar saying Dan Mullen wants to go to the NFL. He doesn't want to recruit. Tried to get an NFL job last year.
Totally agree.
And he
Who
also
would
said
hire him in the NFL?
He wants to be an offensive coordinator.
Mm.
He's not going to be a head
Okay.
coach. He's not good enough to be a head coach. He wants to be an offensive coordinator. Or I think that's what he's going to be. He's going to be an offensive coordinator
Points been
if he
proven
goes
already.
to the NFL. Yeah, I mean he and the my biggest problem is that right now at the UF, and I know this isn't a UF show, but I'm just saying
No, go ahead.
Dan Mullen doesn't even. I mean, he has co-offensive coordinators.
That's stupid. The Dolphins have that too, and I hate it.
Co-offensive coordinators.
Two people doing one man's job.
Yeah, so it makes no sense, and it's the same people from Mississippi State. He plays the. I mean, if you're living in Panama City, you know exactly what the buddy system is, and that's exactly what Dan Mullen plays, and it's college football, a multi-billion-dollar business. Get the hell out of there and let somebody else do it if you don't want to fire your best friends.
Well, I mean, the Raiders next year, I mean, they don't have a head coach.
Oh my God, could you imagine being a Raiders fan this year?
And getting Dan Mullen.
well,
What a shot in the
God.
cards
That
that
would
is.
just be the icing on the cake of that. That is just a. God, I'm happy. The Dolphins are sitting 1-7, but I'm still very happy to not be a Raiders fan.
No
well,
doubt.
Hey, can you imagine after all the things that Raiders have dealt with, they still win the division? Oh my
They're
goodness!
sitting there right now, and I mean, luckily for them, it's a horrible division this year.
Yeah.
Zach
Yeah.
also asks a great question. Could you imagine at the end of the year if the NFL had to have a committee to pick the 7 best teams in each conference? Could you imagine what that would be like in the NFL?
Nobody else does that, and it's good. I mean, it's everything else is rankings based or based on because you play like if you're in the NFL, you play a very specific schedule every year. If you're in the NBA, you play every team in the NBA.
At least once.
At least
College
once.
basketball
Not
is
every- at least
68
twice.
teams. 68 teams in college basketball for
Right.
March Madness. So it's like if you don't make that, I mean, I don't know what to tell you. 68 teams.
Listen, it's the hardest playoff to get into, and it's the least rewarding. It is. It's very unrewarding for teams like Cincinnati because here's a good take, and then I got a question I want to ask you guys. I heard this actually on Dan Patrick today. And this is where I got the motivation for like Georgia rested their starters last year, right? Because that was everybody's excuse because Georgia didn't make the college football playoff, and that's what they were playing for. They fell short of their goal, so they didn't play their starters in the in their New Year's Six bowl game, which is stupid bullshit. Cincinnati has now seen that they are obviously going to get no respect, and they don't have any wins left on their schedule that are going to get them that respect, except for a win at a top 10 team already. But they don't have any wins left on their schedule that are going to get them that respect. So what if Cincinnati was to slip up this week? Then everybody's just going to be like, I told you so.
Yep.
And
they'll fall to number 12.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly,
down.
they'll fall
Way
way
down.
Well, actually, they'll probably fall further than that because
Because it'll be to
an
not a
unranked
great team.
Yeah.
Tulsa.
Yeah.
And that's your double standard. Because nobody
They'll
will
have
say, well, they
to-
just slipped up. It's,
Right.
They'll
Yeah.
have to beat every team that they play against from now on, at least no less than 28.
Yeah. They've got Tulsa,
They'll have to just beat
Tulsa,
everybody.
South Florida, SMU, East Carolina. they've got to beat the dog crap out of all 4 of those.
Yeah, and then win their championship, which will be probably against like Memphis.
But the problem is only 2 of the teams above them right now are guaranteed to get a loss. Another
Yeah.
loss. I love
Michigan State, or Ohio State. One of those 2 will lose at some point
Yeah, but that's
because
it.
they have to play each other.
Alabama and Georgia. One of those 2 are going to lose again.
It's very easy to see that Cincinnati might be the only undefeated team left.
Yeah.
So as of right now, it doesn't really matter what these rankings are. We can move on after this because it doesn't really matter.
Well, I do have one more question.
I know, but it doesn't really matter just based solely on the fact that all Cincinnati has to do is win. Just win out. If they win out, they are in the playoff. They may be number 4 playing against Alabama or Georgia, but let's see, like next year. Yeah, they played out at Georgia, but like you said, they rested all their starters. So if they rested all their people, this year you're going to see a number 4 Cincinnati versus a number 1 Georgia, a number 1 Alabama. And if they can put up a good fight next year, you might see Cincinnati ranked up there and get the respect, earned that respect.
I don't know, man. That's the thing. We don't know because there's so many teams that have because they take the strength of schedule into consideration and things like that. Unfortunately, that there are other teams that could go above it.
They have the 2nd easiest schedule in the entire top 25.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. But like,
So
God forbid
how much can you
this
play?
happens?
Right. How much can you really? Yeah, they have Notre Dame. That is legitimately going to be the only good win they have.
Yeah.
Every other win, you could look at that and go, should have won, should have won, should have won.
Well, here we go again, right? Broken record.
Yeah.
But also,
What's Georgia's best win?
True.
Yeah.
What's Georgia's best win?
I mean,
somebody
you gotta
comment
yeah.
because I really don't know.
No, it's
Clemson, Florida,
Florida, Clemson.
I
Yeah.
would say Clemson would
Auburn.
be
All
better
of a
than
sudden is a
Florida.
good win.
I would say Clemson's probably better
Oh,
than the Florida
Kentucky.
one
Probably when they beat Kentucky when they were ranked.
Oh,
Yeah.
Kentucky,
because Clemson was ranked way up there when Georgia beat them.
Arkansas.
Yeah, that's also
Remember the
that's
Arkansas
also true.
story. Remember,
Yeah.
remember Arkansas? Or were
Oh,
they in
we're
the
not gonna
top-
get into
where
that.
were they in the
Okay.
top
No.
25?
We can skip that one, Kyle. We can skip that one.
Okay, I'm just saying. All right. So let me ask you guys this:
Where's A&M? Where's who in the?
Where's Arkansas?
They're in. They're at NR.
NR.
So I just
Oh,
pulled up
okay.
the
Garbage
college
juice.
football strength of schedule rankings and ratings.
By the way,
Just real
before you
fast.
get
Go
too
ahead.
deep into that,
Go ahead.
I don't like these rankings don't matter situation because last year the very first college football playoff rankings were Alabama, Clemson, Ohio State, Notre Dame, and
That's
the final
exactly
rankings
right.
were Alabama, Clemson, Notre Dame, Ohio State.
Yeah, that's a good point.
So
But as of right now, things are already different than compared to then because you don't put a 2-loss Ohio State team who could lose to Michigan and go in and Michigan State, right? They have to play both
Yep.
of them, right?
Yeah.
So
yeah.
if they have to play both of
And
them.
Penn State.
You don't put a 2-loss team over an undefeated Cincinnati. They're not going to do it. So I just
you
don't
not
think
think they
will.
would?
I don't think so. I
don't
really
If
think
don't.
I'm gonna tell you right now, if Alabama loses to Auburn but beats Georgia in the SEC championship, do not be surprised.
So when they play Auburn, they play them the last game of the year, right?
Absolutely.
So,
Yeah, the Iron
I
Bowl.
think, I think that depending on how good Auburn does, you're very likely to see Auburn at number 8.
Yeah, that's what
then
I'm saying.
the
They'll be
number
top
2
10, and then
Right,
if
so they'll be a
Alabama
top
loses,
team.
they might be 6.
Alabama loses
Exactly,
to them and then turns
they
around
beat
and
the
beats
number
Georgia.
1, and then they come in 4.
They will 100% jump a 2-loss Alabama SEC champion.
Sure,
up
but it just
into the
depends on
college.
who it is. Because I mean, if it depends on if Oregon wins out, it depends on if Ohio State wins out. I mean, Oregon, Ohio State.
I don't think it does depend on that. I will bet you money that a 2-loss Alabama would get in no matter what if they win the
Oh.
conference.
Zach says if Auburn beats Bama, Auburn will
Oh, yeah, that's
clinch
a good
and go
point.
to the championship.
That's a good point. Because that would be a
Oh.
2-loss Alabama. Yeah. So Alabama would be out at that point.
Their Auburn's remaining schedule is A&M, Miss State, South Carolina, and then Alabama.
Alabama, I bet Auburn loses one of those games.
But I can say
Before
this,
Alabama.
that this says, I don't know how this is even true. I don't even know why I'm friggin' reading this shit. Alabama has the number 1 schedule, the hardest schedule.
The Onion, right? You read it on the Onion?
For real. What's funny is this thing is legitimately called teamrankings.com.
It's on the Babylon Bee.
Yeah.
But
Sponsored
it's-
by The Onion. Okay,
Yeah.
moving on.
Georgia's number 2, Florida's number 3.
It looks like that was
and
done
then
by an
Auburn,
SEC fan.
Then
All right.
Mississippi, then Miami.
Paul Feinbaum wrote that, didn't he?
Yeah,
I know he
yeah.
did.
That was written by
That's
an
some-
SEC
yeah.
fan.
All
There's
SEC
no way.
shit.
All right,
Almost
so
every one of those teams in the top 15 were SECs.
let me ask you guys this.
Okay.
Let's say next year we expand to 12 teams. I don't want to
Sure.
go through the whole 12-team format on how we're going to do this, but do you think that no matter record, and they won't be seeded top 5, let's just say they're not seeded top 5, but no matter their record, every Power 5 conference champion gets in?
Yes.
I think that's how it will happen because that's how it has to be sold. Do I think it should happen? No.
Well, right now, as it stands,
Why not?
You wouldn't. Well, I'm getting there. I'll let you answer in a second. As of right now, it's a good argument. Oregon's the best team in the pack, right? One loss.
Then one loss.
Ohio State, one loss. Well, let's just say Michigan State, undefeated.
Undefeated. Yep.
Georgia, undefeated. ACC, Wake Forest,
Undefeated.
undefeated. And what's the other? What am I missing here?
Oklahoma.
Oklahoma. Undefeated.
Oklahoma,
Big
undefeated.
12.
I mean,
as of right now, yeah. I mean, yeah, but that doesn't always happen.
No,
it was
but
a
at
few
the
years ago
worst,
where the ACC came out with an 8-4 Virginia or something like that. It was
not champion.
oh, they just went there, didn't they?
They just
Yeah,
went.
Okay, they
but
lost to
but they
Clemson,
that
that's right,
coastal
okay.
team never will beat. Well, never would have beaten Florida State and never will beat Clemson. Does that make sense?
Sure.
I don't know how this year. This year's weird. Wake Forest is in first place. They can clinch the ACC this weekend.
Can they really?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Zach just asked, what if 9-3 Pitt wins the ACC? Should they get in a 12-team playoff?
If it's seen, and that's what I'm asking you guys.
In 12 teams, you're gonna have some 3-loss teams.
You're gonna have at least a 2 with the. I mean, there's gonna be a 3 in there somewhere.
Yeah,
so
there's
why not
going to be like a very good 3-loss team that has a very hard schedule, lost to 3 of the top tier teams or something like that.
Why not a 3-loss conference champion?
Sure.
Well,
I mean, I
think-
think that
I
is
mean-
the only way that you are going to be able to sell it. That's the only way that it's going to be able to get sold.
Yeah.
And typically, your conference champions come out pretty damn good.
Yeah.
So why
I
not?
think, man, it's you're thinking you got five division winners and 7 wild card teams. You
Now,
have to think. I mean,
how many of those come out of the group of 5?
I
the
mean, if we're
other
talking about the
conferences.
SEC, you're probably gonna. I mean,
No, no, no,
hell,
no.
4
The
of
other-
them might be from the SEC.
Jesus Christ. No, the other conferences.
Oh, I mean, like the
Non-power.
MAC, the
How
the
many of those
AAC,
teams
things
are
like that.
Because
West.
we can sit here and say and have this whole discussion as to why
Pull up the-
Cincinnati
Pull
is
up the rankings
on
right
the
now.
outside
You got 'em
looking
up?
in and all this other crap. But what about the fact that you have, you can't just say that. What?
I'm looking at what some of these matchups would be.
Oh, they have a. Oh, okay. Go ahead then. Whatever
All right,
I had to
so
say.
right
was
now, if we-
absolutely idiotic anyway, so it didn't really matter.
I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
Let's say, all right.
Wouldn't
So
be the
if
first time.
if the top 12 teams got in right now, and your top 4 teams got a bye, which I think is one of the I think that's the format they were talking about at some
So
point.
your 9-3 Pitt team would be the only team playing.
What do you mean?
Like, it wouldn't be in the top 5. He'd be
Right. No,
So
yeah.
he would have to. They would have to play.
So
okay.
in the first round, listen to some. Oh man, some of these matchups. You would have Baylor at Ohio State.
Damn.
You would have Oklahoma State at Cincinnati,
Mm.
Notre Dame at Michigan, and Wake Forest at Oklahoma.
Oh,
You're talking
those are
about
good matchups,
that's some
though.
good
Those are some good
football there,
matchups.
dude.
Stuff there.
That's some good football. And then you're talking about like if Baylor somehow goes in there and beats Ohio State, Baylor's got to go at Georgia. And then you get Baylor, Georgia. Remember how fun that matchup was a couple years ago? It was not fun at all. I think Baylor got smacked.
Yeah.
But
But
it could be fun
things
this
like
year.
that, momentum.
It could be fun
Momentum.
this year. I don't know. I mean, that Wake Forest Oklahoma game would be fun. High scoring.
Do you think, in order to go to a 12-man team, would you be willing to give up games instead of playing?
I do think
12. You'd have to play 10.
I think you would have. I think everybody will lose one non-conference game or maybe even one conference game. You don't really need to play 8 conference games. Let's be real.
7.
You can go to 7 conference games, and I know some stuff will have to get realigned for that to happen. But I don't think that's such a bad thing. And I also do think there's one small problem that'll happen with it. Eventually, you'll have Alabama will be number 1. They'll be playing against number 8. Or let's just say they're playing against number 8 Auburn. Alabama might have that 1 seed locked up in this format, though. And they are going to know that, and then Alabama might rest their starters. Does that make sense? Because then it almost becomes a little NFL-y at that point.
Yep.
To a question I want to ask. So something that they've been trying to get away from in college football in scheduling is scheduling the cupcake games, the FCS. They've tried to push teams to schedule more big games, and that's how they've built the 4-team playoff. With it being opened up to 12 teams, does that kind of close the book on trying to schedule those big name games, those big game teams? Because if you don't need if it's only being narrowed to 12 teams, that opens up more spots.
That's not really happening for the big programs anyway. I mean, other than Georgia scheduling Clemson, which I think is really cool.
That's awesome.
Alabama scheduling USC, Miami. I mean, that would have been dope in the 90s, but not now. So it's not. I mean, it's still really not happening for the major SEC schools and even the major ACC schools. Clemson's not scheduling anybody. I mean, Florida State and LSU play next year, but that's going to be a shit show.
The people that are notoriously at the very top aren't doing it.
Ohio State scheduled Oregon, but other than that, they haven't done anything.
Yeah, but that was this year. That was the only
year
they did it.
I bet you when they did it, it was right after, like, it was right around when Taggart left Oregon, Chip Kelly left.
I was about to say,
Taggart
normally
left.
it happens like 6 years in advance, 5 years, something like that in advance. So there's
I bet
no
you
way
they
that
didn't think Oregon would be this good by this point when they did it.
No, I don't think anybody really thought Oregon was going to be this good by the time.
But Oregon is Oregon this good? I don't know.
Yeah. Well, moving topics, I've got a question from Zach Lesnar. He's saying, who's winning league at Frank Brown Monday night?
Oh, that first round matchup's going to be fun.
Is that against them? It's against you guys?
Is it?
Oh, okay. All right. Y'all don't have Cody Hoffman because he's a big dummy and ran into people.
Is he actually hurt?
Oh yeah, he hurt his shoulder pretty good.
I think he's supposed to be there this week.
We can talk so much trash about him because we all know that he doesn't listen.
Yeah.
Oh.
I have all these friends
and all the rest of our friends. Thanks, Zach. But like I said, none of our friends listen. It's true. It hurts.
Zach says Cody is back.
Oh, that's gonna be great.
Good.
Alpha in 1.
Oh.
Or do you want innings? Alpha in 5.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Oh, yeah.
Would you like to know why? It's because Nick's swinging a 28.
Yep.
So I'm going the yard every time.
But what's happened with your Cody?
All I'm saying is Cody Mason's had 2 stand-up doubles on Monday night. Watch out. Watch out. And I am out of the lineup.
Oh, that's your best choice.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm hitting.
I did go to get a in the park home run and then got sniped.
Yep.
Well, you were
almost
sniped.
busted
you had
my
your girly
ass.
trot going.
No, I was running. I mean,
He was running pretty fast, but he
running
doesn't.
fast.
I don't. You weren't even wearing turfs, I don't think.
No, I was wearing cleats. I don't know what happened.
Oh,
Somebody went and just shot the dirt right off from under my foot.
it was rough,
I
man.
mean,
Hey, that dirt was mushy the other night.
it was hard as a rock. What the hell are you talking
It
about?
was mushy on the fields I was playing on.
Hey, I was told, Marcus, that your mic is funky and that you sound very robotic.
Shoot.
I just think it's somebody
Hey.
that doesn't listen very often, and
Yeah.
that's just the way you sound.
Marcus, I'm sorry, but we can't let our fans listen to that.
Oh, boy.
He's muted.
He's muted. It's for the better. It's probably for the better.
You're unmuted now, Marcus.
And for everybody that
Oh, it's
wants,
okay.
for everybody that really loves us, and you guys have a lot of respect for us, go listen to the Fantasy Football MD podcast. Go towards the end. There's some funny stuff happening in the background that you guys don't know about, and that you'll probably never know about. But it's very entertaining.
Probably.
I'm thinking that from now on, I am going to be here just to try to screw that up.
No, the door will
Every
be locked.
single Wednesday. I have the code. I'm fine. I'll get in.
I don't think the code's gonna work for the.
I don't
Yeah,
think
but I'll be here.
I don't think the code.
What time do you get off?
I don't think the code.
What time do you get off, though? What time do you get off?
That's,
I can get off when
I don't want to talk to the public. I don't want the public knowing when I get off.
We don't want the public knowing our work schedules. Peasants. No, but go listen to it because you'll get the hottest
Shit take.
you've ever heard because Drew Gorman says to start Mark Ingram over Alvin Kamara.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, man.
Yeah, I think this is gonna be you know what? You're gonna have to listen to the old episodes because I think I'm canceling that show.
Marcus is like, why do you think we should cancel Fantasy MD? And I'm like, well, I no longer have to answer that question.
I heard that take and I was like, oh.
He's like,
Yep.
he's like, God damn it! This is why Kyle wants to cancel us. I don't actually want to cancel you, by the way. You know that.
Yeah. All right. So we're gonna jump straight into NFL. NFL. Right back to it.
When we get to that R-worded team, I want to spend a minute talking about them.
The Ravens.
That
There are
team out in
multiple
LA.
Rs.
Oh, okay. Oh, the Rames.
The Rames.
Okay. So we're gonna start out just doing our picks, and once we get to the Rams, we'll talk about the biggest trade and the worst trade deadline in all of Major League Sports.
Jesus
Marcus
Christ.
posted on our group chat 74 times about on Tuesday the trade deadline. Oh my God, dude, nothing happened. Nothing.
Okay,
One
okay.
trade.
Don't no. Don't come at me with this because usually it's pretty. There was a lot of rumors out there. I mean, good Lord, it was
Marcus,
every
go find
hour
the
talking
key
about
to your
Deshaun
lockbox.
Watson.
Go find the key to your storage unit and just get off the show for a little bit. All right. So we're going to start off with the Jets versus the Colts.
Wow. Boner killer.
Yeah. We're going to start in with a hot fire here with the Jets versus the Colts.
Gee golly, NFL. Mike White versus Carson Wentz. Thank you for giving us that in primetime television.
Yeah. Thursday night football.
Woo!
Yeah. You know what? Send this one to London.
Of course. Yeah, no shit. Of course, the World Series is over. And there's going to be nothing else to watch. SmackDown moved to Friday nights. Oh, God. Let's go, Jets.
Oh. Damn. Okay. All right.
I'll do it.
I'm going Colts. Drew?
Colts.
Marcus?
Colts.
All
We could speed these up a little bit, guys.
I know. I didn't know I was going to have to call on everybody's name.
Yeah.
Well, usually I'm the last one to go, so
Drew,
we'll leave it at
please shut the fuck up.
that. We can't use that F word. We can't use that F word.
Okay.
Are we over our allotted?
Yeah, I guess.
Yes.
All right, now we're going to go Bills versus Jags.
And feel free to give a small take, guys. The Bills, I feel like they got their offense back on track at the end of the Dolphins game last week, and because they've been kind of sputtering here a little bit. So Bills,
Yeah, but over the one-win Jags, or two-win Jags. Two-win Jags? One-win Jags?
one win.
One-win Jags.
They got
One
absolutely
win.
rolled by Geno
One
Smith.
win over the Dolphins. Jags.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. All right. I
Dookie juice.
Bills.
was about to say, my
Is this
God,
a-
am I going to have to talk to everyone?
Did you even say yours?
I said yes, the Bills.
Okay.
I don't know if
I think
said
it's
it
a
out
clean.
loud.
It's a
I
clean
wrote it
sweep.
down. I don't know if I said it out loud.
Yeah, it's a clean sweep.
I would tell you what I
Bills.
wasn't going to do. I was not going to agree with Drew, but you didn't. I wasn't gonna. I was like not publicly going to come out and be like, "No, Drew's right."
Yeah, no, absolutely not.
Asshole.
All right, Packers, the Aaron Rodgers-less Packers versus the Chiefs.
I never thought at the beginning of the season that this would be such an uninteresting football game.
Dude, this is pretty bad. Could you imagine if this one was the one on Thursday night?
I'm gonna take the Packers to pull this upset at KC, and I only call it an upset because Rodgers is out. But Kansas City's defense is horrid. They didn't do really. I mean, they got Melvin Ingram, but I
But
don't
aren't
know.
they better against the run than they are the pass?
Yeah, but I just think it's gonna be too much, man. Aaron Jones and AJ Dillon they're gonna run the ball so well and efficiently.
Yeah, I'm going Chiefs still. I think at some point Patrick Mahomes pulls it out of his ass and starts playing well again.
Well, Jair Alexander is out for this game, so Tyreek Hill is running wild. Casey.
Nick, I don't think the run is better when they're 32nd to pass and 30th on the run game. So
I said
don't think
better.
it's that much better.
I said
No,
better.
I'm saying it's
I'm
not.
not
You know,
I'm not wrong. It is
Kid,
better.
I'm with. I'm gonna take the Packers.
All right, split on that one.
Yeah,
All right.
I think that I think Green Bay's gonna run a lot.
Something
A
that
lot.
Something that we said in the fantasy football podcast, and also Zach Lesner's bringing it up. Excited to see Jordan Love because this is the first time that he's actually going to be handed the keys to the offense. Because we saw
But
him
he's
play.
not.
We saw him play week 1 against the Saints, but that was mop-up duty. We saw him play in the preseason multiple years, but they're not trying
That
to
was
show
not
anything.
mop duty. That was like, well, it was like if you're mopping up shit.
yeah.
Like somebody
Knowingly,
somebody
you're trying to clean up the poop on the
So,
ground
somebody-
with the poop still
and
in the
it's
toilet.
not solid poop. It's like water.
Thank you.
That was the mop up duty because the Saints just
Jordan
absolutely
Love.
dookied on
Jordan
that.
Love is trying to wash Drew's jersey he's wearing right now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So do you think that they're actually going to open up the offense?
I think it allows more for a running style because Matt.
Yeah, but that's not
LaFleur with-
opening up the offense.
It
they're
opens
going to
it
be
a
one
different way.
dimensional.
It opens it a different way because the running offense of the quarterback running with the quarterback
Sure.
option, the quarterback RPOs, those plays, I think that allows it to be opened up with his athleticism. I don't know if he's not going to be throwing the ball 30,000 times just like Aaron Rodgers would have done, but I think it definitely opens up a new gadget to how Matt LaFleur is going to run that offense, and I think it might look nice, but I'm still taking Kansas City.
Okay. All right. So Browns versus Bengals.
Ooh. I'll take the
Golly,
Bengals.
This one's tough. This one's tough. This is going to be a fun game. The Bengals really took a tough L last week, and they need this. I think there's a little bit too much parity in the Browns organization right now. Give me the Bengals at home.
I'm big in the Bengals as well. I love Joe Burrow. Love him.
Yeah,
I love
fun
what they're
to
doing
watch.
over there. Now, I can say this, that Joe Mixon better get more involved and actually have a higher running yards per carry because here lately he's been running like 2 yards per carry. I mean, he's getting his touchdowns and all of that, but he has been very inefficient.
Just punch it right in the face, Mixon.
Bengals.
Yeah, I love the rookie of the year, Jamar Chase over there.
Yes.
How about the city of Cincinnati probably having both rookies of the year in 2 big major sports? Pretty cool for that
Yeah.
city shithole. But you're gonna have 2 rookies of the year.
And while we're on this
And their college football team.
oh shit.
Yeah, no shit.
While we're on this game, Zach brings up a question. Are the Browns going to release OBJ?
Looks that way. I think Kevin Stefanski came out today and said straight up that he's essentially not part of the team anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, after his dad posted that little video, I kind of figured. I mean,
Have you guys seen that?
I have not.
I watched it
Is
today.
it funny?
Yes, I've seen it, but
It-
however, you could go do that for Randy Moss.
Well,
Yeah.
It's just
Times
funny
that he
though
was
because it's
missing
like,
open.
Yeah.
You could do that with
Yeah, but-
anybody.
See,
yeah,
what's
but Kyle, I
funny
think
is
most of his games were this year. It wasn't like the whole time with the Browns. It was this year.
Right,
Right,
you can
but
still do
But
that.
you can do that by play because it doesn't matter who's at X, Y, Z position. It doesn't really matter. What it matters is what your first read as a quarterback. And all of a sudden, if it's not like the Packers have a great offensive line. So if he's Packers. I said the Packers, but I meant the Browns. They Baker Mayfield's rolling out, still on his first or second read, and OBJ's not till third, and now he's running for his life and just heaving the ball up.
so let me just throw this out there. Jarvis Landry just came back from injury, just came back from IR. He ran 31 routes and had 10 targets. OBJ ran 29 routes and had 1 target.
Yeah, but people do that all the time. It's every team is like now. Okay, pull the same thing up for the Packers.
I think that
Devontae Adams runs 18 routes and gets 17 targets.
Exactly.
We're moving on.
So I mean, everybody
But when
has
you-
their favorite wide receiver.
But
Every
you-
quarterback has their favorite. Look at Cooper Kupp. Cooper Kupp's doing it with the Rams.
And
Yes.
Robert Woods is definitely taking the back seat in that, but that doesn't
Yeah.
mean you don't see Robert Woods bitching. I don't know.
He did a couple of years ago, or last year, I think it was. That
Right.
He didn't feel like he was getting the ball thrown to
It
him.
was Jared. We're talking about Jared Goff
Yeah, it
here,
was
okay?
Jared
Like,
Goff.
yeah, that's.
But I bring this to you. I bring this hot take up to the booth here. I want to put this on the hot seat here.
All right.
Odell Beckham Jr. is only glorified because of 1 catch in his career. Other than that, he is a very mediocre wide receiver.
Mm.
And I will leave you with that. He has never been elite. He has never been elite. Never. Why does everyone act like he's...
He had what 1 or 2 good seasons with the Giants.
Yeah, he had a couple good seasons with
Yeah.
Eli. I mean, Eli was slinging the ball around because they had absolutely no run game.
Right.
I think he had 4 1,000-yard seasons.
Woo!
I could-
Awesome.
I could be wrong.
Yeah, I think we looked that up last time, and he had actually several 1,000-yard seasons, and then the last couple
But
of years he's
do
been
you
dealing
think
with
that
injuries.
He's only glorified because of that 1 catch against the Dallas Cowboys, which, by the way, Still to this
Again,
day,
yeah.
I hate the Dallas Cowboys more than anybody. Should have been offensive pass interference.
He did push.
Yeah, it's okay. It is what it is.
But all right, well, moving on.
Devontae Parker has 2,000-yard seasons. We can't glorify that shit too much.
Yeah, I was about to say. I mean, is a 1,000-yard season? That's not elite anymore.
No,
That's
that's
not even
normal.
close to it. That's a decent season. Okay, you made yourself, a
Devontae
decent wide
Parker
receiver.
is the opposite of elite.
Yeah.
4 1,000-yard seasons with Eli Manning might be a little something.
Now that is a good take.
Well, Devontae Parker.
Yeah, Devontae Parker is with Tua. Broncos versus Cowboys.
I'll
Give
take
me the boys.
Yeah, Cowboys easily here. Seeing another interception or two by Teddy.
Oh yeah. He's
Ooh,
falling
yeah.
apart. How many does he have now?
5. Still 5. He
Oh,
didn't
is it
throw
still
any.
he didn't throw any?
He
Okay.
didn't throw any this week.
What do you got?
Cowboys.
Cowboys.
But he looks like shit.
I'm gonna go. He doesn't look very good.
He does
at all.
not look as good as he has in his career.
So is Dak playing? You think he'll play this week?
Yeah, Dak will play.
Okay, then I'm going.
They announced today that he was full 100% participant in practice today.
He
so
only
he's gonna
sat
go
out
on
because
Sunday.
that game meant absolutely nothing, and they still won.
Yeah.
Well, he had the calf strain and a couple days before the game. His grandmother passed away.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
So-
that's a lot.
So the best game of the day, the best game of the week, the Texans versus the Dolphins.
Oh wow!
Hey, give me the Texans.
Put this one on primetime television. Where the hell are you at, Nickelodeon? I'm going to take the Dolphins at home here. I think it's the first time I've actually picked Miami. But I'm going to take Miami to win this game just because they have to.
Yeah.
Because they have,
right.
and it's because Tua has to come out against the team that Deshaun Watson is currently on, and prove that this is why you guys want me to be your quarterback. I'm going to beat the shit out of the team that has the guy that you supposedly wanted. I think Tua comes out and balls out Sunday. That doesn't mean I think he's a good quarterback. I just think he has a good game.
I do want to say Zach Lesnar votes for the Broncos against the Cowboys.
Oh, okay.
I wish he would have explained that one a little bit,
Okay.
but he says the Broncos for the upset, and Will Dittman, I'm doing Drew's job over here. Go, Pack, go.
Zach is also a Hurricane fan, so moving on.
And he's also saying Tyrod Taylor is back and he always beats Miami.
Yeah, but he's also a Miami
Ah.
fan. And he is a Miami fan, so.
Yeah. Well, he's right, though. Tyrod
Taylor
does. He's
yeah.
a Miami
So
killer.
give me the Texans.
Yeah, I'll take the Texans too.
Okay, I'm taking the Dolphins. I think you're going to see Tua actually with a decent game this week.
That's what I'm thinking, too.
Yeah.
Your start of the week, Mike
Okay.
Gesicki.
Okay.
From me.
I like that.
Okay, yeah, okay. Falcons versus the Saints. This one's comical as well.
Yeah, this one's pretty
God.
bad.
First of all, I want to shit on the Saints here for a second for not doing
Dude,
something for that
Leave him
quarterback
alone,
room.
man.
Well, I know.
Leave him alone. He has
I know.
gone through enough.
I completely agree with this
Yeah,
take.
I just
I've
no.
heard 3 words of it, and
I don't understand. You lose somebody who's playing at a really high level at the quarterback position this year. Jameis Winston, not turning the ball over, throwing the ball around pretty good, and you're really going to put this season where the division is very much in play. A number 1 seed in the NFC is still very much in play. And you're going to put that on Trevor Siemian? You're going to put that on Taysom Hill? Bro, I really think the Saints should have made a move there at the deadline. I actually thought they could have made a trade with the Eagles maybe to get Gardner Minshew. The dude's kind of fit for that offense.
What about Nick Foles? Isn't he still floating around as a backup somewhere?
I think Nick Foles would have been good for that offense. I know Trevor Siemian played good last week.
Dalton.
Andy Dalton.
Andy Dalton, yeah.
I just there's options out there, and I
Ring
cannot,
up Andrew Luck.
I can't believe the Saints.
Phillip Rivers.
I just can't believe the Colts didn't
yeah.
go out I'm sorry, I can't believe the Saints didn't go out and do something. But with that being said, I'm still going to pick the Saints here. Falcons offense is really in shambles. Calvin Ridley retires out of nowhere last week. Something's going on there that we're not seeing. So that's
You don't think he's just another one of the diva wide receivers and having
man, I don't
mental
know.
issues? I mean,
One of those Alabama standouts that's having a great week.
Jesus. We'll get to them.
I'm not touching that one.
Oh, wait, they're on bye, aren't they?
It's a good week to be on a bye.
Oh, nope. We talk about them next. Never mind. We talk about them next.
Golly.
We're gonna Drew hit this one at 156 miles an hour, and let's go to the next game.
Saints.
Oh, boy.
And one last thing, Zach is saying should have traded for Teddy, and he also shouted out Blake Bortles. So, on to the next one. Let's
Oh yeah, I forgot. I'll take the Saints. We just got away with
Saints.
Yeah, I'll take the Saints.
We're never gonna make it.
The whole Atlanta.
I think I just came to the realization that this is never gonna work out. Let's just have fun. Let's just
while
have
we
fun.
can.
Oh my God!
Let's just
All
have
right.
fun.
The the Raiders versus the Giants.
Oh,
Raiders.
Jesus. They're okay. So it's a good week to have what they had happen. Give me the Raiders. I mean, if it was gonna happen, it's the week you play the worst team in the NFL. Probably. I don't know. Giants and Dolphins play. We'll see. But
they do have Saquon coming back.
oh, good deal.
No, they don't.
No.
No.
Oh, that's
Oh,
right.
they-
It's on
oh,
COVID.
COVID.
COVID. That's right. That's right.
Yeah. I'm about to say, I was like, damn, I told.
you come back healthy.
Yeah, you get COVID. Yeah.
I was like, damn, I told Drew to tell you.
Also glad I'm not a Giants fan. Go Raiders.
All right, I got the Raiders as well,
Raiders.
even though they obviously have issues with the
Derek
Raiders.
Carr.
What a shitty year to
AFC
be a
West
Raiders
champions.
fan. Whoa.
Can I sweep this one or what?
What?
Can I sweep
Yes.
this one? All right.
Yes. What a shitty
Yeah.
lifetime to be a Raiders fan.
Jesus. Pats versus Panthers.
I'll take the Pats here. Sam Darnold's really playing like garbage. I think is McCaffrey back this week?
He has been activated, but they have not said he's starting.
Yeah, so that right there, it's just not going to be enough. The Panthers lose, and I think it's more of a Panthers lose situation.
I think Mac Jones
Yeah.
has a really good game this week. So
Pats are playing good right now.
Yeah,
playing
I
some
have
good
Pats
football.
winning as well.
Beat the
Patriots.
Chargers last week.
Patriots.
Is there a chance
I
that the
got the-
Patriots make the playoffs?
I think so. I think Mac Jones is starting to play good. I think the Patriots defense is coming around. Their run game's looking a little better. They went into LA and beat the Chargers. Pretty tough.
Stephon Gilmore against Mac Jones.
Oh yeah. He did get traded there.
He did get traded, but still, Patriots by 10.
Okay. Vikings versus Ravens.
Oh, kind of uninteresting. I'll take the Ravens.
Okay.
Vikings fans really want Zimmer out.
Okay. I'm gonna take the Vikings.
I'm gonna go with the Vikings as well. That offensive wide receiver core has got to get right. They didn't look good last week.
Yeah. No, they did not.
See, this will be a game that the Vikings should lose, but probably won't. Give me the Vikings.
You lose to Cooper Rush, then you turn around and beat
The Ravens.
you turn around and beat Lamar Jackson.
I'm telling you, man, it's this is one of those games.
I'm gonna stay true on my pick, but I can see that happening.
Chargers versus Eagles.
oh boy.
Man. The Eagles coming off just 48-6 win last week. That's pretty ridiculous. And I mean, I can tell you what, guys, I've never answered my phone on the show before. I'll tell you that.
Well, my wife knew that I was when I was doing this, and when she calls, I
We
answer.
got Dad in the comments going Ravens, and now he's picking the Eagles.
Oh, Kenny Wright. Nah, who did they play again? I lost track because you
They
had
played
the phone.
Detroit last week.
No, who did they play? this
Chargers versus Eagles.
I'll take the Chargers.
Eagles.
Chargers versus the
Chargers
Eagles.
versus-
week? Your start of the week, any Charger.
It's a good
Yeah.
point. I'm going Chargers also. Marcus, you said Chargers?
Chargers.
Yep, Chargers.
Drew and Marcus. All right, Cardinals versus the Niners. This one should be another sweep.
Not so
It's gonna be
fast.
Another sweep.
I'm gonna take San Fran.
Yeah, you're an idiot.
Kyler's questionable.
Kyler Murray's not healthy. They didn't play well in the tail end of that game last week, and I think that continues. They did this last year.
Okay. Who you got, Drew?
I'm actually gonna go with the Niners as well.
Yeah, I feel like you just let him talk you into that. 100%.
I'm really
Go ahead,
good.
Marcus.
I'm really persuasive.
My start of the week. My start of the week was. My start of the week was Elijah Mitchell. Hey. Let's.
Shit. All right. Marcus, now you.
Oh man, JJ won out for the season, which I'm surprised he made it 9 weeks. Kyler Murray is questionable. Yeah, right.
Good. Who saw that coming?
Yeah.
No doubt. DeAndre Hopkins is questionable. Kyler Murray is questionable. I'll go with San Francisco.
Woo! Almost a sweep. You were almost right.
I was almost right, but I'm gonna be the only one that wins that one, so it doesn't matter. Titans versus the Rames.
Whoa, Adrian Peterson! Give me the Rams.
Yeah.
We'll make
Can
our
I-
picks
can
and
I
then we'll
say
talk
this
about the
one's
Rams for a
sweet?
sec.
This one's a sweep, right?
Yeah.
Oh, Drew's
Drew,
got
you're
that
not doing it, are you? I see Drew's face right now.
God.
Titans.
Oh,
You're a
come
dumbass.
on, man. Oh, my
Idiot.
gosh.
Nope. Everybody shut the hell up. Defend that. Defend it!
This.
No, I want to hear this. I want to actually hear this.
So, if you look,
Hold on, I'm gonna mute everyone.
This is taking ridiculously long.
if you look at the last time that Ryan Tannehill started a game without Derrick Henry, it was week.
One game.
It was
One game.
I thought you muted everybody.
Hold on, Marcus.
It was one game. Yes.
I got the first rebuttal.
He threw for 3 touchdowns. It was week 16 last year. Then coming into this year, if you look at that Rams defense, they have given up 300 plus yards per game through the air in the past 4 or 5 straight weeks coming into this. I think this game definitely will be high scoring. And I think that having Julio Jones on the outside, look at Ryan Tannehill, be like, hey, this is the week we got to step up. This is the week we got to go. He's already got A.J. Brown, who has done really well. He's caught fire in previous weeks.
So,
Give me the Titans.
I called the first rebuttal. You guys will have your opportunity.
Have at it.
You think this is it for Tannehill? You think this is the week Tannehill comes out and has just a bomb performance with Aaron Donald running at him, with Von Miller playing linebacker, and if he gets the ball off, has to throw to the best defensive back in NFL history. Absolutely not.
At one.
Absolutely not. It's not gonna
There's
happen.
always a guy on the other side.
Yeah, but isn't Julio out?
Not yet.
Yet. Isn't Julio out? He's gonna be.
Julio Jones is one more out route away from being from his
just
hamstring
retire. I
bothering
mean,
him again.
at this point, he might as well retire. Or like sit out for like 6 weeks and come back if your team makes the playoffs. Because he's hurt every other week. So all they're gonna do is put the number 1 cornerback in all of the NFL on their one wide receiver.
I might throw you a little curveball here, and unless you got Cooper Kupp, maybe sit all your Rams players because they'll be resting by the halfway through the third quarter again.
Darrell Henderson.
Yep.
Yeah,
Which, by the way, I don't know if you saw, but they might get Cam Akers back.
I did not see that.
Yeah.
I did not see that.
If they get to the playoffs,
Oh, okay. I was about to say because as of right now, they're not going to do that unless they absolutely have unless they say Cam Akers is 100% healthy.
Yeah.
Darrell Henderson's playing like a dadgum giant right now.
I love it.
He is playing very well.
not very well. He's playing okay. If they had a
He's
running
doing
game, they'd be
great
undefeated.
for fantasy.
He's doing good
Great.
for fantasy. He's doing great for fantasy,
to
but he's
say.
not like for the team. It's not. He's not. Having
See,
a
I
great
feel like
year.
this is. If this was a Florida running back,
No,
coming
I
back,
don't give
it
a
would be
shit. You
different.
know good and goddamn well I don't play that game. Look at Drew over there. LSU. Whatever. All right, let's move on. Oh, no. We can't move on. Let's talk about that trade real quick. Just real quick. I know we don't-
freaking Miller.
Von freaking Miller. What a nasty. Can you imagine? You can't run the ball because if you get it past Aaron Donald, you're going to get freaking lit up by Von Miller. You drop back the pass, you're going to have Aaron Donald coming from one side. You're going to have Von Miller coming from the other. And if you get the ball off, you got to throw it Jalen Ramsey.
Yeah.
But like
that.
Drew did say, that's cornerback wise. The rest of their secondary is absolutely awful.
Don't agree with him.
I'm not, but I am just saying it is one. It is one.
Don't
Now,
give him any.
the Titans are not the team to put them off.
Ooh,
They do not have but one wide receiver.
That's a hot take. That last
to
comment
put
there.
them off. What are you talking about?
He says
Oh, my-
Von Miller is washed.
From Will Dittman.
Oh.
You want to do the honors?
I don't.
What does anniversary follower mean?
He's
that
been
mean
a
he's been
follower
following
since
for
the
a
very
year?
beginning, since the very first day we created
Will
the page.
Dittman. Thank you very much.
Thank you for your support. And also,
Shit take.
very incorrect.
My question is, guys, do you think the Rams gave up too much when Von Miller is just going to be a free agent after this year?
What'd they give up? Didn't they only give up like 2 second-day picks?
2 second day.
They gave up a 2022 second rounder and a 2022 third rounder.
No.
No, I don't.
So
think
next year they won't have a pick till the 4th round.
that's the one thing. The one thing LA needed was a linebacker. And why not go out and get one of the best ones?
Well, let's say like they do that, and Von Miller is like, I don't want to be with the Rams next year.
Whatever. Fuck them picks. You got a Super Bowl. You got a Super Bowl ring. What if you end up getting a Super Bowl ring out of this, or if you even get close? I would say it's worth it. Than gambling
That's fair.
on day 2 guys. Which, if there's anybody that, it's usually the day 2 guys that don't pan out.
Yeah. I mean, they're not paying any money for him. I think it's the Broncos said they're paying $9 million of his $9.7 million salary, something like that.
So they gave up.
So it's like, I mean,
they gave up 2 guys that most likely won't pan out.
that's fair. That's a fair point.
And get to pay one of the best linebackers to do it. One of the best to ever do it. One of the best pass rushers we've seen in recent memory, especially. $700K.
And it's going to be a late second-round pick because even if they go to the Super Bowl, they're going to get like the 32nd pick in the second round. So you're talking about all of those next-tier wide receivers, all of those top-tier corners. They're going to get a guy that's a borderline third-round pick and maybe even a stretch.
You're
pick.
talking like 55th pick and 80th pick.
Yeah.
Maybe 90th.
64th, but you know,
Yeah, it'd be 60. It'd be like the six. If they win it, it'd be 64th pick.
Even if they
and
don't,
then
and
the
they
third
only
round
make
pick.
the playoffs. Like,
Right. I mean, but it would still be like way up there.
You're talking
58.
like
yeah,
million.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Last game, the Bears versus the Steelers.
Is this our Monday night game?
This is our Monday
Oh,
night
thank
game.
God we have softball.
For real.
Oh
Golly.
man,
Jesus,
forgot one
why
more
are we
game.
Doing this.
Huh?
you forgot one more game.
What game?
Detroit versus the bye week. I'm taking the bye week all day.
Dan Campbell's gonna bite them ankles, and they're still gonna lose.
Yeah.
Kneecaps. I'm sorry, misquote.
Oh god,
I'd hate to
I
get
hate
that
the
wrong.
Lions, man. Every time I pick them, they just absolutely make me look stupid. Every single
What in
time.
the hell is going on back here?
Is that right now?
No.
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 I'll for this game, I'll take Najee Harris
Right there.
and the Steelers.
You just click something.
Yeah, I did. All right, Najee Harris and the Steelers. Okay.
It's Steelers Bears.
Yeah.
Everyone's like, look how good the Bears played last week without Matt Nagy. Did they? They still look like crap. I'll take these. Oh God.
Yeah.
This is an ugly game.
It's hard.
Oh, I'll take the Steelers.
All right. I am taking the Bears.
I will go with the Bears as well.
Me and Drew have linked up entirely way too. I'm gonna have to go back and change some picks.
Good for you.
I've linked up way too many times in this.
Next week, can we let Drew make all the first picks? Because he's like, okay, he makes a great point. I'm taking this team.
Yeah, from now on, from now on, we're making Drew do his picks first,
I like that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
so that we can bore the shit out of everyone
Yep.
before everybody else picks their picks.
Do I get bored too?
We're making everybody go soft. All right. Or dry. Whoever. I don't know. It might not be all men.
Yeah, we're never gonna make it.
No, we're never gonna fucking make
We're
it.
never gonna make
Not in today's America. Hashtag
what's-
cancel right on.
it. Yeah, but the best part. Oh my God, that's an ugly bastard.
Dude, he's kind of sexy. So I just want to plug a couple things here. Next Sunday, November 4th. So this Sunday, we are actually not going to have an episode. I plugged that at the very beginning, but if you came in late, we're not going to have an episode this Sunday. This is our episode for the week. We wanted to have all four of our guys on, and this was the best chance to do it because Nick and Drew are going to be out Sunday. Next Sunday, the 14th, we'll be on here, and what we're going to do next Sunday is we're going to run a mid-season special for the NFL. Obviously, we'll still make our picks. It's going to be an all-NFL show next week unless something crazy goes down before then. We're going to run a little mid-season here, pick our MVP, pick our award winners for halfway through the NFL season. And then on November 21st, we are not going to have a show. That is actually the week of Thanksgiving, the week before Thanksgiving. I think we all decided that we're going to take that week off and then come back strong on the 28th because that's the day after Florida State and Florida play.
Yep.
and it'll be
Drew will not be here for that one. Drew will have to miss on that one. He'll be coming back from Tennessee.
It's just it's rivalry week. There'll be some good college football to talk about that week.
We talked about that, Drew. Without you, I mean, me and Kyle talked about it. That it was just we couldn't do it the week before because the next week we just couldn't wait a whole 2 weeks to talk about hopefully Florida beating Florida State. Holy shit!
Oh, hopefully, right? Did you think you'd be saying hopefully at the beginning of this year?
No, I did not.
Tough.
You sure? Hopefully, because I think if you guys lose, Dan
You're
Mullen's
right.
fired.
You're right. So you know what? I'm never gonna.
Hey, let me
say
see
this.
one good chop right there. Let me see one good chop on
Braves chop.
on the
I'll do
show.
the Braves
Yeah,
chop.
do the Braves chop.
No.
Racist. Racist.
Oh, don't do that.
Well, yeah,
Jeez.
that.
Oh,
Okay.
hey,
Oh,
hold
well, there
on.
it is.
I was just moving to get my cup.
Jesus. Go White Flyers, right?
White Flights is what
White
that article
Flights,
called
that's
them.
it.
Yeah, there's an article out there on Deadspin.com that basically calls the Houston Astros cheaters and everybody who's a Braves fan's a piece of shit and they are all racist and all this other crap. It is absolutely garbage.
Also, with no definitive front runners coming from the quarterback position this year for the MVP award, maybe a little spoiler alert on next Sunday's episode. Depending on what he does this Sunday, I think Cooper Kupp might be the MVP right now.
I don't doubt it.
Yes.
I really, there's no quarterbacks are having a superb year,
And Derrick Henry's out.
and Derrick Henry's done.
Well, the
so-
last two, me and you were completely wrong.
Yes.
Completely wrong.
Yes.
He didn't. He ran 28 times and had 83 yards, and then got hurt for the season.
Yeah.
We were completely wrong.
Yes.
Hit that fart button right there, boys.
I am going to say this. I am going to say this. If you're watching us or listening to us on Apple Podcasts or Spotify,
Thank you, first of all.
Thank you. But we are also, if you want to get more involved, you can watch us live on Facebook and YouTube. So just to throw that option out there. I know we mentioned Facebook and YouTube quite a bit, but we just wanted to throw that out there.
And go show the other products of the Right On Network some love, guys. We definitely appreciate this the nonstop support we get here for the sports show. It's actually pretty overwhelming. We were just talking about it earlier today. We really appreciate all the love that we get, all the comments, shares.
And I want to say one last thing is for the mid-season, I wouldn't mind for a couple of people to come in and give us a couple of their takes. Maybe some people who are always here, Zach Lesnar, some
Yeah. Well, maybe we can get a constant or two.
Do
in
some
here.
phone
Let's
calls.
Keep Drew.
maybe some phone calls or something, unless you want to stop by and.
Put a second chair next to Drew somehow. Figure out how to figure.
Yeah. So give us a chat. We talk to most of you guys on a weekly basis
Shit,
anyway.
They're
so.
not gonna come in. I told them they got to sit next to Drew.
Yeah, you messed that one up.
Yeah, I screwed up.
Sorry, guys.
Now we'll
Oh,
get a hold
boy.
of a hold of a couple of you guys that are always on the show, and maybe even have somebody call in.
Yeah.
Talk to you. But hey, everybody else, thank you guys for watching. Thanks for listening. Go give us a like and a subscribe for sure on our YouTube channel. Go watch today's How Do You Eat This? I'm about to post it on my page. But
It is. Holy crap!
Oh, God.
I've never laughed so hard. This is the funniest one.
and
ever.
we're not telling you this because it's our product. I would be telling you this if it was anybody else. I cried.
We legitimately watched it as we went live.
Yeah.
We watched it, went live immediately after. It is absolutely hilarious.
We have
You've
not had the
gotta watch
opportunity
it.
to share it out yet,
Got
and
to
we're
watch
about
it.
to do it. Oh, my God. It's so funny. So go to our YouTube channel, Right On Network, and go watch today's How Do You Eat This?
Yep. There should be a playlist, and you can watch them all from there.
It's stupid
Oh,
funny.
yes.
Stupid funny. All right. Until then, guys, thank you for watching. Thanks for listening, and we'll see you guys next time.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to the Right On Sports Show. Find the podcast on Spotify and Apple Podcasts, or find the guys on YouTube at Right On Sports and hit that subscribe button to be notified when they go live. In the meantime, check them out on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Right On Sports.